welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the 15 scariest people you should never run into. Starting with number 15, Savannah Perkins. If you ever run into her, be ready to run. And I quote from my friends, she is a little angry. Next up, at number 14, we have Mrs. Beckler. If you see yourself in her classroom, make sure you are doing your math. She gets a little maddish if you don't get your math done. And next up, at number 13, we have Mrs. Dufek. Like Mrs. Beckler, if you catch yourself in her classroom not getting your homework done, be ready to get screamed at. She gets a little mad if you don't get your reading homework done on time. Next up, at number 12, we have Mr. Schmidt. His looks might be a little scary, but once you get to know the guy, he is actually kind of nice. Scratch that. He always looks angry. Number 11. Madison Reek. If you are ever out in public and decide to say, take it and keep it, make sure Madison Reek is not around. Or if you even say, Rico, she gets mad. She doesn't just yell at you, but she will physically and mentally harm you. Number 10. Mrs. Nelson. There was one time where my friend Alice Warney was trying to do her homework and got verbally screamed at. This wasn't okay for an adult to do this to my best friend. We will come back after you, Mrs. Nelson. I fucking swear to God. Moving on to bigger and better things. At number 9, we have Momo. Momo may look scary like Mr. Schmidt, but once you get to know her, Monique is actually nice. She has 4 kids of her own and wouldn't hurt a fly. That video picture you saw of her was leaked by her boyfriend Marcus, so don't be scared. At number 8, we have Josh McMasters. His weave is a little long and looks like mine. It's actually scary. If you're watching, Josh, get a haircut, please and thank you. Next up, at number 7, we have Faith Stephenson. If you ever run into her, make sure you're not in a bad mood. She turns any mood into a good mood. But that's not the scary part. The scariest part is she's cousins with Momo. Next up, at number 6, we have Alice Warney. She isn't just scary, but she's really funny. Just like Faith, we are all friends. We have a bond, unlike Savannah, who is always angry, and Madison, who is always on the edge of angry, but that's the point. Moving on to bigger and better things. At number 5, we have Cannon Horde. He's not only smart, but he's scary. If you find yourself in a room with Cannon Horde, make sure you grab a piece of paper and a pencil, so you can write down all the answers for the math test. Or homework assignment, it doesn't really matter. Next up, at number 4, we have Sam Henderson. His looks say it all, he kind of is ugly. At number 3, we have Ron Green. Just the other day, I had an occurrence where he literally busted down my door and broke Stella's bed. This isn't okay, and he actually needs to pay for my broken door. Alright, thank you. Next up, at number 2, we have Grace Green. She's not only dumb and defaulted, but she's also scary. Just like most of the people on this list, She has actually some sort of bacteria, and I'm kind of scared to touch her. That is why you do not find me in the same room with her most of the time. And for our scariest person on this list, we have Mr. Warney. Just earlier today, we were in geography, and he said, I quote, "I am drunk." This not only scared me, but made me concern the tea. Because at this point, the tea was boiling over and was spilling on the counter. Alice tried to clean it up, but there was no way to help it. Thank you for watching my top 15 scariest people in the world. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and comment down below which one you thought was the scariest. The tea has been spilled. Please come back next week for more tea. Thank you. Next.